Hello, friends. I hope you are able to see me. I am looking to bring in a guest, Mr. Hitesh Patel, who is an exporter. I hope all of you are doing great. Hi, Hitesh ji.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I think you can hear me well. All audio is all good.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible as well.
Okay.
So,
So the first question, yeah,
yeah.
please.
Now, firstly, thank you so much for taking out your time and giving us the opportunity to talk to you live, Hitesh ji. We have, I think, roughly about 1,600 followers here who could benefit from your experience of exports, or it is rice, etc. So I would leave it to you now, Hitesh ji, if you could quickly give us a quick introduction on where are you from, what do you do, and then we'll take this forward.
Yeah, sure. So
Yeah.
first of all, thank you very much for giving this opportunity. I
Thank
am
you.
Hitesh Patel from Galore Impacts, and I am from Surat, Gujarat. So we
Right.
are into export since 2015 and
Okay.
different commodities.
Okay.
And what we are looking today, I have some questions on LC and SBLC.
Right.
So quickly, I will ask the same so that I can
Right.
gain knowledge. Yeah,
Right.
and
Right.
clear my
And
doubts.
yes, and since you mentioned that you are, exporter since 2015, I think then
Yeah.
there is a lot of things to for us to learn from you, from your experience. You are, is there any commodity you are majorly focused on, like, is it rice or is it any other commodity?
Yeah, so we have two verticals. One is Galore Impacts, that is for HDP and PP products,
Okay.
basically packaging products, HDP ropes, PP ropes, and PP bags. And
Okay.
in Galore Exports, that is the another vertical, and that we are focusing on rice.
Okay. Great. Right. So there was, as you joined, there was a question regarding UAE as a market. Any specific packaging requirements for Dubai? One customer called Mayur Reddy was asking. So, would you want to answer that, Hitesh ji? What is there any specific packaging requirements for Dubai?
I don't think there's any specific packaging required for Dubai.
Okay. I think some text has to be in Arabic, I think, which is given by the customer. The customer will give the artwork or design.
Yeah, and accordingly to design, we can print that. So there's
Right.
no specific design, but not for UAE. I think for Saudi Arabia, it's there that it should be
Right.
printed in Arabic.
Right. So, for us, for all of us to understand you a bit more, normally, which countries are you focused on? What can you share any of your good or bad experience, which could be a learning for all of us?
Yeah. I will share one experience of Dubai only.
Okay.
So for Dubai, when we have started in 2015, we have exported the one container on CAD basis, and
Okay.
after that, scan copy, not CAD,
Okay.
on 100% scan copy.
Right.
And after shipping to that Jebel Ali port,
Right.
they have not transfer amount till today. So that was the first experience, and we have learned from that in import export there's no such term as credit. So
Right.
you don't have to give credit to any importer. So
Right.
from that we are only dealing in LC or DAP.
Okay. Okay. So, how is a scan payment on scan copy or CAD, and how is DAP different according to you?
So in it's basically same, but the thing is, say in DAP, what we do today is we exchange the documents through bank.
Yes.
And when we have started at that time, we were not knowing that what are the terms and all that. So we have uh, sent our documents via DHL. So there was not no involvement of bank. So that was
Correct.
the risk, and as we were new, we were not aware of that thing.
Normally, do you take ECGC or something on buyers, or you take your own decision whether to go proceed or not?
No, no, we have started that after 2017, frankly
Okay,
speaking.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So were you able to recover the money, or you were not able to
Which amount?
from the cargo? So your shipment to Dubai. So were you able to finally solve it, or it is still unsolved?
Yeah, it is still unsolved
Okay, okay,
because we
right.
have not taken ECGC2 at that time. We were new, so
Okay,
actually we were not knowing anything, and that was the
okay,
first experience.
okay, okay, okay. Right. And also it happens that in LCs, normally customers, LCs of when the order value is very big, might be some 5,000 tons, 10,000 tons. Normally LCs, for say one containers or two containers, did you come across any buyers who can give LC
Yeah, yeah,
even for one or two containers?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. You want to ask your questions, Hitesh ji?
Yeah, yeah. I have one question on LC and SBLC. So basically, what is the difference between LC and
Yes,
SBLC?
yes. So I have personally worked on LC, but not worked on SBLC. But I have
Okay,
troubled the bankers a lot of times to understand this concept. So what I understand from bankers is that now if a customer gives you LC, it is just a confirmation that yes, your transaction is safe. You can proceed with the shipment once your
okay,
bank has given you the green signal that this LC is a good LC, right? But still, if say for example your commodity is rice, you don't have a rice mill. You are purchasing from another rice mill. So you purchase the rice, you bring it to the port, you get the BL, and then these documents along with BL you submit to your bank. Then your bank sends it to the customer, which means until then also you have not got your payment. Only once you submit to the bank, then the bank sends it to the customer's bank, only then you get the payment. But in SBLC, it is not like that. If a customer is giving you SBLC today itself from your bank, you can discount and take the money into your account, which means that SBLC is nothing but something like giving you money, giving you cash, which you can actually withdraw. So, which means if there is a customer who is saying that he will give SBLC, that means he will, if he's a real good buyer, he will also be very scared to give an SBLC. He will make sure that there is some performance agreement that you will definitely supply after taking an SBLC, that you will not back out and things like that. So what I understand from SBLC from the bankers is that today if somebody gives you an SBLC for 1 crore, for initially they will see the draft, banker has to give a green signal, they will study the draft of the LC, they want to know from which bank is the LC coming from, all these details. Only once they see that everything is okay, they will tell you that okay, this SBLC we can proceed. If you get a 1 crore LC today, I think something about even up to 80 to 90% of the amount, they will give you that 1 crore rupees in your account so that you can use that money to purchase rice or whatever commodity and then export it. Whereas in LC, it is just like a document where there's a surety that, but you still have to pay money to get your supplies, pay your suppliers, ship, and only then you get the money. Have you done any LC transactions before, Hitesh?
yeah, yeah. We have done
Okay, okay, okay.
LC. It's the site and users both we have done.
Okay, okay. One misconception with the people that I noticed is that a lot of people think that LC, if you get an LC, that means good. We can, it is easy. We can do a lot of exports. But even though somebody is giving an LC, I have seen so many loopholes in LC, right? Because nowadays in India, what is happening is the customer there in that particular country has to sign an acceptance that he's accepting the documents when after the shipment when we send it through the bank. If he didn't go to, if he does not go to the bank at all, and if he does not sign, the bank still will not pay us. So even though if it is a site LC, So in cases where you are shipping to Dubai or Singapore, the ship will reach in just 3 days or 7 days. So the buyers will hurry to make the payment. Whereas if you're shipping to say Africa or US, the cargo will anyway take 35 to 40 days. So but if you have sent the BL today to the bank, they know that the ship, शिप आने के लिए अभी भी 31 महीना है, तो अभी इतना जल्दी जाके साइन क्यों करे? बिकॉज द डे दे साइन, their interest component also will starts calculating for them. So things like this I have seen. So for the question that you asked, Hitesh, is that LC and SBLC exact difference? I think SBLC, then the customer will only give us for bigger orders and a very known customer.
Yeah, actually it's
Yeah.
for 100 containers a month, every month.
Right. But I think, as you might be knowing that even if there is an SBLC or an LC, the banker wants to know which bank is the LC coming from. Is it a reputed bank? Do this bank have a correspondence with that bank already? Which there is a line between them. So all this they will definitely check. So LC does not also mean that, as we know, immediately if anybody gives LC, that we can take that LC. LC might get rejected also because the bank does not have a correspondence.
Okay, got it.
I
And
remember,
is it that, yeah, is it that in SBLC, if you have proprietorship firm, then you can't get approval? Is it like that you should have a private limited company or limited company?
I am not very sure of this, but I don't think
Okay,
so. I don't think so, because in SBLC they will ask us a performance guarantee, which means
okay,
sometimes it is also happens that they will try to assess whether we have the capacity to supply 100 containers. So we will have to show some agreement, some lawyer documents, or at least some funds in bank account before they transfer the SBLC. We have to show probably this much crores we have already in a bank account in an SBLC. In a normal LC, they don't ask all that. But I don't think proprietor. But it's a very good question. I can actually find this out and message you offline, Hitesh,
yeah,
regarding this
because
question.
one of the banker just said yesterday we were discussing the same thing about SPLC, and he
Okay.
said the procedure for this they will only allow a private limited firm or a limited firm to.
Okay.
That's why I asked.
Okay. I'll also find this out.
Yeah.
Uh, any question that you want to ask? Normally, we try and get one exporter online, majorly to
Right.
so that we can ask you questions. So,
Yeah.
so
But I
is
think
that, yeah.
today both of us asked the question, so it's a new thing, right?
Yeah. So, so in your experience, Hitesh, any
Yeah.
other thing that you want to share? Like one is that you said yes, credit is not definitely not. I think credit is only when either we are too desperate to take an order, or might be we know the customer very well. We have done a lot of transactions. We know the customer. We talk to them on a daily basis. Then yes, we know. We just release the container or cargo, get the payment next time.
Yeah. In that case, we can do that.
Yeah. In terms of rice, what would you suggest the new exporters? Which product they should probably choose? Do you think rice is a good product to choose?
I think any to start with, I think new exporter should go with non-perishable item, not like onion or potato.
Right.
Because they don't know the terms and condition. Importer, see if it's a near country, then it's okay. But if it's
Right.
for Africa and all, then you don't know, you should go with refer container and all that thing.
Right.
So one thing you should go with non-perishable item, and the second thing is go for a small amount. So if
Right.
it's for say rice or non-basmati rice, so the
Right.
value of the container is
Less.
low, yeah. So
Yes.
less.
Yes.
So what you the funds required for the export is low. You can get experience in that, and
Right.
again, you have when you export 2 3 containers or say 5 containers, then you have that confidence.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Correct.
start with the small. That's the thing.
Correct. Correct. In terms of country, do you think we should not focus on a few countries, or which countries should we focus on?
I think I will not specify a particular country, but what I feel is you should focus on one or two country. If it's one, then it's great. Focus on one country to
Mm-hmm.
start with, and then you can expand.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I at some point told the users about why you should choose probably the countries which are closer to India. For example, say Singapore or Middle East. So what happens is the vessel leaves, the BL is received, the cargo is reaching them in, let's say, 5 to 6 days. So they will hurry to make the payment to you also. So you get your payment also faster versus
Yeah, yeah.
if you are like supplying to say West African country where transit time itself is 35 to 40 days. Do you think that could be a right way
Yeah, yeah.
to strategize?
100%, 100%. Because in terms of say turnover, either you say, or in terms of the rotation, what cycle you say, it's very good. And
Right,
you can
right,
have and as a new exporter, you have contacts in say nearby countries, either in Dubai. So let's say for in Dubai, uh, I think in my group I have many friends in Dubai. So
okay,
we all have friends in nearby countries like say Sri Lanka, Malaysia,
right,
Singapore. So that's an
right,
easy thing to communicate. Even if you don't have any friends, then you can find any of your friends there.
right,
So
right,
to
right,
visit, even if you want to visit the country, it's easy. You can go. The costing is easy. You can
yes,
go. So that there are so many benefits.
yes, yes. Um, in terms of say finding suppliers finding the right suppliers, is that very easy or is that very difficult? What is your experience been? Might be in
It's very
rice,
easy.
very easy.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Any supplier. See, if rice, the only thing you should know is the origin. Say if I
Okay,
know IR64 is available in say Maharashtra or say West Bengal, then the thing
right,
is go to West Bengal and visit the factories around
right,
Bardhan or any other
right,
part of Calcutta.
right, right, right. Understood. So, in terms of buyers in importing countries, now that there is a COVID situation, we cannot travel like before. So, if somebody was to start their business today, do you think we can still convince buyers just on phone and if they will still agree to do business without meeting?
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I think post-COVID, it's very easy because everyone is online, say, or platform.
Hmm.
Before
Hmm. Hmm.
COVID, nobody was familiar to all this technology, the
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
Zoom or Insta. Or nowadays,
Hmm.
everyone is on Insta and they know the technique. I think people are more familiar with technology post-COVID,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
so it's easy.
Right, right. In terms of understanding and studying the rice, Hiteshji, did you face a lot of challenges? Like you did your best, you sent the best quality, but still customer was not happy with the rice quality. And then some learning you went through might be key rice may, for example, say whiteness of white, I say white rice IR64. The customer didn't like the whiteness or there was more chalky. You try to do your best. You sent SGS or any inspection company also, but still customer was not happy. Did you face any situation like that?
Yeah, yeah, we faced the situation in Benin.
Okay,
So the port was Kotnau, and for Kotnau we have exported from Maharashtra. So
okay.
the color of the rice was not
Mm.
IR64. It was IR64 5% parboiled, and the
Mm-hmm.
color was little dull. You can't say it's dark, but
Mm-hmm.
not as white as from Calcutta.
Mm-hmm.
So so they so one time they were like, what is this? You have sent us another sample, and now you are exporting this product. So this is like cheating or something like that. So after a
Mm-hmm.
conversation of say 3 to 4 days, we
Mm-hmm.
come to a conclusion that no, this is not the thing. But if you want the particular product, particular
Mm-hmm.
rice from, then we can do, we can make a contract that we will need only this type of rice, and what you
Mm-hmm.
can do, you can give us pictures or video that we will
Mm-hmm.
send only this material next
Mm-hmm.
time. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so from then we have exported from Calcutta only
Mm-hmm.
for that particular importer.
Okay. And in terms of customer loyalty, do you think, because I feel that yes, customers want to buy from you, but they are not married to you. Like, so suddenly they will change, new supplier will come, they'll buy from somebody. We can't expect the order coming from the same customer every month continuously. Either we slip in terms of pricing, in terms of quality, in terms of timely delivery. So, do you think that loyalty is there in importers, that they will keep buying from a particular supplier?
See, what I think, it depends on import. It varies from importer to importer. See, because see, if an importer is like that, no, I want to have quality product from this
Mhm.
particular, then the exporter, then they will stuck to one exporter. And if
Mhm.
if the importer is say price concern, that I want this say 5% parboil, and my target price is say FOB 3 USD 350 per metric ton,
Mhm.
then they will go with any exporter who is giving
Mhm.
low, if he or she is price concern. Else, I don't
Mhm.
think because see, in import export, the normally what we have seen is they don't like to change supplier.
Mhm. Yes, yes, yes.
So, but there are cases. Say, and
Mhm.
if sometimes what if say let's say not merchant exporter, if manufacturer exporter is there, then
Mhm.
also sometimes what happen, they increase the price.
Mhm.
They think that we have this importer, and he is going to purchase from us only. So they increase the
Mhm.
price. So I say from $2, $3, or $5. And when
Mhm.
and when importers say sees or compare the pricing in the market, and he feels cheated, or maybe he feels
Mhm.
that they are not giving the best price, then it happens.
Mhm. Correct. Correct. And is there any difference between a buyer who is importing for himself versus you're dealing with a buyer who is buying for another country? For example, say somebody sitting in Dubai but buying for Africa, versus somebody who is sitting in Dubai and buying for himself only for Dubai itself. You see any difference in risk or orders that can happen?
No, we have not experienced such thing.
Okay, okay, okay. So, in my experience, I've seen that when customers are buying for themselves, they are very serious. But if there is a trader involved, some
Okay.
traders are very serious. But might be sometimes there is communication gap. The trader wants to do a lot of quantity, but the end buyer wants he's focused on very much quality is his main focus. If there's a little bad quality, then he's not able to sell it, and he has competition, etc.
Right,
So
right.
if there's a trader, he's always focused on price, price, price. He has to get the right price and things like that.
Yeah.
And like my example that when I started to do exports in 2016, I used to do Sona Masuri rice to Singapore. So they are very particular about that rice. The Sona Masuri, the look of Sona Masuri has to be white. After it cooks, it has to be whiter. It should not be yellow. And after it is cooked, they will keep it for 18 hours, and the rice should last for 18 hours. So they are very specific, and it is their own brand that they sell in Singapore for rice. So they don't want also to, as you said, they don't want to, sometimes people don't want to change their suppliers because they don't want the rice inside to change, which could easily impact their sales, right? So these kind of things
Yeah.
also, I notice. Whereas when it comes to white rice, Swarna rice, IR64, the volumes are very, very big. The customers might not be very, strict as in quality as Singapore, but that's the thing. But if you get into white rice or parboiled, the order size is too big. Minimum 5 to 10 containers in a BL or something like that. So then the exporter needs to have a capacity to supply that kind of a volume.
Yeah, in non-basmati, it's minimum 5 to 10 containers.
Correct, correct. Any experience you have, Hitesh in Basmati also?
Basmati, yeah, yeah. We are exporting 11 to 1 white cella.
Okay, okay, okay. Normally, Basmati millers and non-Basmati millers, you see any difference, big difference when you are dealing with them?
No.
Okay, okay, almost the same.
Yeah, yeah. I have not
Yeah.
experienced that at least.
Okay, okay. And like for example, in milling, it is very difficult to achieve a particular kind of quality. Do you see that in 1121 Gyara Ikkis when you buy, there is always a mixture of 1509 or any other grain? How do you control quality in basmati? You appoint any third party?
We are dealing with only one manufacturer actually.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
we
That way
have
you.
yeah, for basmati we have only one manufacturer, and
Okay,
we have even contract that whatever quality they are supplying, uh,
okay,
it should be as per our requirement.
okay.
And yes, sometimes it happens in basmati rice, but
Mm,
we have not faced any such issue because
okay,
we visit Punjab and Haryana and
okay,
visited factories and all. So I
okay.
have not faced any problem yet
Okay,
for quality and all.
okay. And if so, then if you are, say, for example, in Surat, and if you are buying from Kolkata, normally the trade is totally on trust on the miller, or you also send your people or appoint any third party
No,
for
no, no, no.
quality.
On Miller and third party inspection agency. That's it.
Okay, okay, okay. Right. So, great, Hitesh ji. So, the only idea here is to, try and instead of me always talking, the idea is to listen to good exporters like you, who are, handling multiple international markets. In our platform here, we have seen that a lot of, users come and ask export-related questions. I have met a miller called, his name is Harsh Gupta. He's from UP. His father is a rice miller, but he studied in UK. He has come back and he wants to develop some rice business. So a lot of people are seeking information, wanting to learn exports. So this experience that you shared of yours, Hitesh ji, I think it's very, very valuable in terms of your like for example, I'm very glad that I heard from you that you never faced any very serious or any quality issue, which means because a lot of people are scared to start a business or to trust on the quality. I think if you have the right supply chain, I think it can be very easily and beautifully managed also. I think you showed a very good example that way.
Yeah, yeah. See, because what the mistake the exporters or the traders do is they find too many manufacturers. Means they go to five manufacturers, 10 manufacturers, and they take daily prices that will you be supplied at this rate. They are very conscious about the rate, but the rate
Mhm.
is not. I think the rate is the second thing. First, you should concentrate on quality.
Okay, okay, okay. That's a very great advice. And I think if you know that you stick for quality, then there is no comparison, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, it's only price, 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 who gives the lowest kind of
No.
discussion. Okay, okay. Great. So before we go, Hitesh ji, anything that you want to ask or you want to say something to the new exporters or to the followers, your piece of advice on
Yeah, yeah.
exports.
Yeah, yeah. See, what I can say is export is easy because for a new exporter, I know it's not like a domestic trade that it is easy and
Mhm.
you start exporting in 1 month, 2 month, or 3 month. Maybe it takes 6 months or say more than that, 1 year. But it's easy. That's what I can say.
Okay, okay. Great. So thanks so much, Hitesh ji, for joining. Personally, along in the on this call, I think I feel like you're a great gentleman. So thank you so much for your inputs that you shared. I would definitely want to be in touch with you and see how we can, work together on a lot of different things. Thanks so much, Hitesh ji.
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. As you know, I am taking help and support from PWIP platform. Let's say
Thank you, sir.
it's for price, maybe it's for pricing or any other. Uh, I don't think in 1 week, I think maybe two to three times I am on call with your team. So, and they
Okay.
have supported me in many ways, whether it's a documentation or any other thing,
Right.
in all the things.
Right.
So, and it's I think more than 8 to 9 months for our association, and
Okay.
looking forward with that in the future. So, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, and it was a
Right.
great talk. Thank you very much.
Right. Thanks. Thanks, Hitesh ji. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.